Hey yo, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're all having a blessed Ramadan. Today we're gonna do a recitation reaction. I saw that in some of the Talk Islam videos there were requests for recitations, and so I had to look that up to really get more clarity on that. And so I looked at a few YouTube videos of recitations, and then it started to click. It started to make sense to me, why that is special. And so I looked more into it, and the general idea is when you recite the Quran, you want to speak beautifully. And so I found this on Google, and I'm still unclear. I believe there's multiple hadiths. I don't know which one this is from, but my understanding is that this is a direct quote from the Prophet Muhammad, which is in this hadith, and this pertains to reciting the Quran. So let me, excuse me, I've been having some throat troubles today. Let me read this for you guys here real quick, especially for those of you who are new like me to learning about Islam, just for better context. So again, this is a direct quote from the Prophet Muhammad. So it says, "Verily, the one who recites the Quran beautifully, smoothly, and precisely, he will be in the company of the noble and obedient angels. And as for the one who recites with difficulty, stammering or stumbling through its verses, then he will have twice that reward." So what I take from that is that yes, when you're reciting the Quran, you want to speak as beautifully as possible because it's the word of God. You're showing respect, and humility by doing so. But even if you have a terrible voice, some of us do, even if you have a bad voice, if your heart is in the right place and you're doing your best, then you're still blessed, so I like that. Before we get into the video, I told you guys I had ordered a copy of the Quran. I got this from Amazon, and the title is The Clear Quran. Let's see if you guys, I don't know how the camera's picking that up, but if you guys can see that there. Excuse me. This was translated by Dr. Mustafa Khattab. I believe that's how you say his name. There's many other people involved in this translation as well. There's too many to mention right now. But I really enjoy this because it has many annotations inside of it, and it starts off in the beginning before you even actually get to the verses, is explaining the difference between Arabic words and English words. Not just the fact that it's a different language, but there's small differences on certain things and insinuations and meanings and things like that. So in order to have the best translation of the Quran into English, you really need to be a master of the English language as well as Arabic, and then as well as Quranic Arabic, which is a little bit different than what you would see in modern day Arabic. So a little complicated, but I'm still learning here. So again, the idea is when you're reciting is to recite as beautifully as you can. And when I was doing my research about this, initially I thought it almost sounded like singing. It doesn't really sound like singing, but I kind of thought that, and I got clarification on that it is not singing. It is speaking beautifully, and I have no doubt that when we see this video, that will be clear, because it does seem that each recitation that I've seen so far is definitely different. It's a different human being. But there is, it seems like there's a proper way in order to bring that message out where you kind of pick up similarities. But anyway, I'm just ready to see this. I saw the title for this one. It said emotional recitation. And so I thought that could be a very beautiful thing, to witness. And this is going to be by Mishary Rashid Al Afasy. And this is Surah Hud. That's my understanding. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. But yeah, I'm ready to see this, so let's go, man.
وقال اركبوا فيها بسم الله مجريها ومرساها إن ربي لغفور رحيم وهي تجري بهم في موج كالجبال وهي تجري بهم في موج كالجبال ونادى نوح ابنه وكان في معزل يا بني اركب معنا يا بني اركب معنا ولا تكن مع الكافرين قال سآوي إلى جبل يعصمني من الماء
Wow, you can tell that this is it's very meaningful to him. You know, his connection with God as he's reciting here, and that's a really beautiful thing. You know, and just from an objective standpoint, you know, I've seen a lot of public speaking in my life, and you know, there's times where people get emotional. You're in different circumstances, and when someone is able to, you know, recollect or collect themselves and get back on track to what they were doing, you know, and they have a bit of pressure. You know, I know he's surrounded by people that love him right now, and you know, he's reciting the Word of God, but there's still kind of that sense of pressure that you need to get back and be able to perform, basically, you know, and so for him to be able to recover. And keep going. That's something that I really respect. You know, it's that's not an easy thing to do. So that just came into my mind. You know, I just really respect that. But yeah, let's go.
قال لا عاصم اليوم من أمر الله إلا من رحم وحال بينهما الموج فكان من المغرقين وقيل يا أرض ابلعي ماءك ويا سماء أقلعي وغيض الماء وقضي الأمر واستوت على الجودي وقيل بعدا للقوم الظالمين ونادى نوح ربه فقال رب إن ابني من أهلي وإن وعدك الحق وأنت أحكم الحاكمين قال يا نوح إنه ليس من أهلك إنه عمل غير صالح فلا تسألني ما ليس لك به علم إني أعظك أن تكون من الجاهلين قال رب إني أعوذ بك أن أسألك ما ليس لي به علم وإلا تغفر لي وترحمني أكن من الخاسرين قيل يا نوح اهبط بسلام منا وبركات عليك وعلى ممن معك وأمم سنمتعهم ثم يمسهم منا عذاب أليم تلك من أنباء الغيب نوحيها إليك ما كنت تعلمها أنت ولا قومك من قبل هذا فاصبر إن العاقبة للمتقين.
Wow. Yeah, so that the interesting thing about that, there's many interesting things, but as he was reciting, I could feel my heart rate. It started to slow down a bit. I started to relax. It's a very just interesting thing. It was last week. I was listening to several recitations just to try to get like a feel for it and understand it, and I noticed the same thing as I don't know the right word to use. I don't not mesmerized, not trance. I can't explain it. It's like a big sigh of relief, like it's almost like a meditative state when you hear that. I don't know the right word to explain that really, but yeah, that was really enjoyable to watch, and to see him get emotional like that, his love of God and of just the moment and everything. That's just a really beautiful thing. And again, for him to collect himself and to continue forward, I love seeing it when people do that. But I do have a question. When you guys go to mosque, it's typically on Fridays, right? Whereas with you would see in Christianity, it would be on Sundays. And I have no doubt that you can go any day of the week, and I'm sure there's like groups that you can go to study and things of that nature. But I'm trying to learn, so that I think I read that just as kind of standard to go to mosque on Fridays. So I thought that was cool. But yeah, please keep the recommendations coming. I have a long learning journey ahead of me. Like I said, I'm not rushing through the Quran. When I first got it, I got so excited and I started just read. And I was like, no, I can't do it like that. I need to absorb. I need to make sure I understand every single verse that I'm reading. So I'm going to take my time with that and just really enjoy it. But yeah, if you guys have any more recommendations, just whatever you guys think, is I guess like a pertinent part of the path to learning about Islam, just let me know and we'll check them out. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, I hope you're having a blessed Ramadan, and I'll see you guys next time.